I mean, you know that, sadly, that mayor of San Francisco kind of runs your water system. Even though it's the San Francisco mayor, you don't get to vote for it. The Public Utilities Commission, 2.5 million people in this region. We just released a $1.9 billion local economic stimulus plan because of the wisdom of all of you and voters in San Francisco to rebuild our conveyance system, to rebuild our reservoir system, and to make sure that the system that's 167 mile gravity fed system from Achechi up in the mountains is preserved for the next 100 years. This is an area where we have excelled by working together. Water conveyance, water policy, water storage, and the watershed. Recently, there's a new group regarding the Delta that just came out with a policy point. Remember the peripheral canal debate? Get ready for it again. They may name it something else so that it has a new brand that's fresh, literally invigorating to fresh water conveyance in this state. Senator Feinstein and the governor have been trying to work out a new strategy to put a $9.3 billion bond to the voters to address water storage and conveyance in the state, but with a limited snowpack. With issue 35.6 or 36.5 million Californians and growth of about a quarter growth in the next 20 years, water is going to be the dominant issue in politics in this state. There are a lot of plans on the table. We need to get moving on those. And again, this is an area of familiarity with me because of familiarity with this system that we're operating. And these plans have been presented, but they haven't been promoted because they can't get their act together. And this budget, this was the year of education, remember? And then we went out a year of water and infrastructure. Those things have been pushed aside. $500 billion of infrastructure investment needs to be made over the next 20 years in this state. $500 billion. We have a looming crisis. And again, all goes back to what we're focused on. You're nothing but a mirror of your consistent thoughts. And all we're reflecting is dysfunction. That's all we'll continue to get. And I look forward to a real strategic initiative, a strategic plan on water, on roads, bridges, and beginning to get back to the basics of good government and economic stimulus. And that's a big part of the narrative of our campaign. Ma'am, last question. And thank you for your patience and for being awesome back.
What's your policy position on immigration for California?
See, I always said the last question. It's never easy to answer. The last question. That easy question of immigration. All right. If you want controversy, you ready? Let's go. Thursday in San Francisco, we will become the first large city in America with a municipal ID card. Just turn on Lou Dobbs if you want to learn more. You're not the O'Reilly guy. Or O'Reilly. This is controversial. But it comes from a long-standing place in terms of our core values and beliefs about the failure of the federal government as it relates to immigration policy. And it comes from our position, the position of cities up and down the state of California, large and small and across America, that are referred to as sanctuary cities. That's a movement that started in the late 70s, El Salvador, Nicaragua, where there were so many issues, human rights issues, war-torn communities, and people coming